Hi everyone, my name is Joni. Welcome back if you're new here. I appreciate you stopping by. As you can see, I have a full face of makeup on. The only thing missing are my eyelashes. Now, I don't know if you can see, but I have short, straight, pointed down eyelashes. It's always the way it's been all growing up. Back in high school, I would take the eyelash curler, heat it with the blow dryer, use it. It would curl my eyelashes for a split second, put the mascara on, but it never held. But I always had this fetish for eyelashes. Don't ask me why. That's just what I always liked. And I would always see all these girls with like these lush, long eyelashes, and I was always so envious. So as the years went on, I just accepted it, but I never liked it. Then came my interest in trying to use false eyelashes. And I tried and the application just wasn't right, and I could never get them to stay on, and all these things that just never work. So I went back to using mascara, but I never liked it. I'm fortunate enough to have green eyes thanks to my grandparents or my grandmothers, I think. So I think both of my grandmothers had green eyes. Anyway, but I never liked the fact that I couldn't exaggerate them and really make them a true asset because of my eyelashes. In my mind, that's what made the eyes pop. As I became more involved with makeup, I said, I'm going to make this work. I'm going to make it happen. So practice upon practice upon practice, I looked and I searched high and low for the right eyelashes for me. And I used them for quite some time. Then came lash extensions. Well, great, this is fantastic. Let me try it. So the first time I tried it, they looked beautiful. The woman who applied them did a fantastic job, but my eyes became sensitive to it. But I plugged away and I was like, nope, this is gonna work. It's not the adhesive that she's using. It's gonna work for me. I was destined to make it work. Well, one day I was at work and my eyes blew up so bad after I think it was my second round or third round of like going back for maintenance on them. And I had to go to the eye doctor and he gave me drops and it went away, and I had to remove them because I couldn't go on like that. So I went back to false eyelashes. It's hit or miss because I have small eyes. I really want that exaggerated look, but it doesn't always look right. Sometimes it can make my eyes look that much heavier, and being that I have the hooded eyes, it just would make my eyes look more closed. But over time, I found what works for me. Generally, the more natural works best, but you know, if you maneuver them and cut them, the more dramatic ones, I can certainly carry them. I always did really well with Eylure, which is, I don't know if you can see that, that's how you pronounce that. But the glue, the adhesive that comes in the packages, I throw it away, don't bother using them. I use Duo. This is, I believe, I think this is the waterproof one. And it's white, it dries invisibly. It's just a brush on. It has a brush. There are some that just have it, you can just use the tip. There's no brush, so you just use the tip of it and put them on. I really haven't been able to master that, so I just use the one with the brush. So I have a couple here, in addition to the Eylure, and they have a variety of shapes and, you know, all variations of them. The ones that I really loved, of course, they discontinued them. So I had to go in search of another one. I do like Ardell. These are the Demi Wispies, excuse me, which, as you can see, are probably more dramatic, if you would. So I generally have to cut them to fit my eye, but I can make those work. And then I have these Eylure ones, number 100, which is what I'm going to be applying today. And I'm gonna have to cut these too, because if you can see, the band is just way too big for my eyes. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut them, and hopefully I'll be able to get them on in one shot and we'll be good to go. There's two others that I wanted to talk about. So Eylure, and there's probably other brands that make them, and they're pre-glued for you already. Yeah, there you go. They're pre-glued. These are natural. The number is 031. And you basically just take it out of the package, apply it to your eye because the glue is already there for you. That works great. However, I have no eyelid space because of my hooded eyes. And this has, the glue almost acts as an eyeliner for your eye. It's like thicker, and it closes my eyes up even more. So generally what I'll do is I'll take the glue off and I'll use the duo and apply it. I love the natural look of these, but not with the pre-glue that's already on there. The other, although I haven't tried them and I don't have packaging for them, but they are magnetic lashes. So it comes in a top and it comes in a bottom, and you put them to your eye and you clamp them together with a magnetic adhesion, if you would. That's what keeps them to your lashes. But my lashes are just so short, and I don't think it will work for me. I know it takes a lot of practice in order to get that really adhere to your eyes. The one thing that's relatively new is they have actually an eyeliner that is magnetic. It adheses to your eyes with magnetic, but it's an eyeliner that acts as a glue, but it's really magnetic, and it worked really well for a lot of people. Again, we're back to the eyeliner. It's not going to work so well for me because no real estate on my eyelids, so we'll leave that to be. I'd like to try it just for the sheer sake of trying it. If I ever do, I'll certainly put it out there and show you how it worked for me. So let's get started in applying these Eylure number 100s. I'm first going to cut them, and then I will show the application. And like I said, hopefully it works in one shot, because most times it doesn't, but let's keep our fingers crossed. So I'm going to take a little scissor here, and I'm just going to cut. And the one thing I wanted to talk about is when you are cutting your eyelashes, you want to cut them from the outer corner, not from the inner corner. The inner corner usually is smaller in here, and then it lashes out and it's, you know, it becomes bigger here. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these, and hopefully I can cut them even on both sides. There's one. So I haven't applied any glue yet. I'm just trying to get the fit. So, we're gonna try this, and what I'll do is I'll take it and I'll, you know, sort of it like this, just make sure that to bend the band a little bit, just to apply it easier to my eyes. Then I take this little tool. Some people use a tweezer. I actually use this to hold the lash, take my glue, and then that's what I use to hold. Then I'll take it out of this and use my hand and apply it and just place it correctly on my eyes. So here we go. Okay, so here I've got my glue, and I'm just going to run it across, right across the band. Not a lot, just enough to cover the lash. All right, so here it goes. Here we go. I'm applying it on my right. And okay, so I have it on, and I hope you can see they went on pretty well. And there you have it. I actually think what I'm going to do for the other eye, just so you can get an idea, I think I'm going to take these pre-glued ones and I'm going to apply one on the other side, just so you can get an idea of what I was speaking about relating to like that line on my eyes. I don't put any eyeliner across my eyelid, and I'll tell you why in just one moment. Okay, so I have it out, that band there, but I'm just going to take it, I'm going to apply it just like I did the other one. but I don't need to use any glue. Great concept for somebody who has larger eyes and more real estate on their eyelids. Patience is definitely key. Okay. So there you have it. If you can see. Now, hopefully you can get an idea. I'm trying to come in closer. That the glue strip, although on these for some reason it doesn't look so bad, but it does take up a little bit more of my eyelid space, which I don't care for. I don't want to close my eyes up any more than they already are. So what I do is I use a technique called tight lining. Maybe a lot of you are familiar with it. This is a Sephora one. It's a crayon contour and it's a 12-hour wear, and the color is tiramisu. And I'm just going to take it and see if I can't bring it in a little bit. And instead of going across the top of your lid, where again you're taking up too much space for me, I take it and I just run it underneath, close to my lash line, almost in the waterline. And I already had some on, so I don't know if you'll be able to see the true difference between the two eyes, but it does add just enough definition, but it's not taken away from my eyelids where I want the most pop of color to bring out the features of my eye. I learned this technique, if it's not 20 years ago, it's even longer, from a makeup artist at Henry Bendel's in the city. He was a makeup artist for Laura Mercier, and it was such a dramatic difference because when I went in there, I had eyeliner over my eyes, and he's like, "What are you doing?" You know, he was just not beating me up, but he was tearing me apart just a little bit. And when he did it, my goodness, I mean, it opened my eyes. I really hope that you can see the difference. You may not be able to, especially because I have the pre-glued eyelashes on. You should try it. Don't be afraid to poke your eye, although I've done that too. Fine line, just run it across like I said, and it fills in the space also between your natural eyelashes and the false eyelashes. I'm not one to really clamp down, on my eyelashes and pressing them together because I don't have a lot of eyelashes. But if you do, if you're fortunate enough to have, you may need to take some tweezers and just, press them together so you don't see the separation. I don't put any mascara on when I have false eyelashes on because I just don't need it. It clamps together relatively easy because I don't have any. But for those of you who do have actual eyelashes that you can see peeking through, you may want to take an eyelash curler, curl your lashes prior to putting your falsies on, and this way it will all be uniform. Okay, I think I'm happy with the placement of both of them. Have the tight lining done, and you can use, actually the makeup artist at Laura Mercier, he used a eyeliner, I cannot remember the name of it, but you wet it so it was packed in, wasn't a powder, and you just dabbed a wet brush into it, and so it almost went on a little liquid, which definitely gave a little bit more pop, if you would. I just use an eyeliner pencil and it works just fine. Like I said, I don't now go with the stark black or a black, I just use a brown because it's a little bit softer as you age. You want not to look like, your eyes are coming at you. Anyway, that's all that I have for you today. I hope you learned a little something. Comment down below what videos you'd like to see in the future, any recommendations. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Please share it with someone you think that may like it. And until then, be well and see you soon. Bye.